There's nothing neither good nor evil, but thinking makes it so. So, let's discuss this topic a little bit. Alright. Nothing either good or evil, but thinking makes it so. Where do we get this notion of good and evil? Human perception. We want to decide things are good or bad for us and try to view things as right and wrong, people as right or wrong, but check this idea out. What's right for you might not be right for someone else. Whether it be a choice in clothing, or a food that someone's allergic to, or a way of folding pants. It's important to realize already, in the early stages of your journey, that you don't need to fit into people's way of doing things, and you shouldn't really demand or expect them to fit into your way of doing things. And as far as evil in a greater sense of the word, war, death, destruction, these all seem like pretty bad things when we conceptualize them and think about them happening to us or the people we love. But imagine this world overpopulated with nut jobs from centuries ago. And imagine being able to go inflict all this pain and never be stopped. I'm not saying that I condone murder or violence in any way. But I'm saying that each action, each evil that you perceive, is a necessary truth. It's a necessary part of this world. The word Satan means adversary in Hebrew. Hasatan, the challenger. And what do challenges do for us? Challenges make us stronger by teaching us what we haven't learned yet through trial and error. They show us our strengths, and they show us where we need improvement. Whence cometh evil? Good can be looked at as evil. Evil can be looked at as good. I'd like you to think about the whole duality of nature. And I'd like to quote a children's book that is actually extremely great for all ages, in my opinion. It's an extension of Hansel and Gretel, and it's called The Eye of the Warlock. Now, in this story, there's a young boy named Rudy who at some point finds this evil warlock guy. Just to not ruin the rest of the book for you. And him and his friends are there, and the warlock tells him that if he becomes his apprentice, if he, if this is a slave, and studies magic and works with him so he doesn't have to be alone, he'll let all his friends go. Of course, he didn't say what would happen to them after they go, but that's beyond the point. And, out of the safety for his friend's life, despite all pledges against it, of course, he took the offer. But before he did, questioned it. But you're evil! And the wizard laughs. He says, evil? Is a dog evil? The cat seems to think so. Is a cat evil? The bird seems to think so. Is a bird evil? The worm seems to think so. When you do what you do to survive, it isn't evil. It's the nature of the world. And that just resonated. I thought, wow, what a powerful way to say it. What a powerful, eye-opening way to express nature. Natural, supernatural. It's important to realize that just because you feel bad, hurt, maimed, harmed, insulted, indifferent, it's not necessarily everybody else's fault. I ask you this. When you're in a situation that you feel slighted and hurt, to think, Would somebody else be perfectly fine in my shoes right now? And you'll find that the answer is an almost guaranteed yes. Someone else would be perfectly fine with what hurts you. And you might be perfectly fine with what hurts or discomforts someone else. It's only natural. So, there is no good or evil. So why condemn it? Why harm it? And if there was a good or evil, which might only be able to be seen in any realistic terms as lower beings, as people who haven't been as educated yet, as enlightened, as far along on their personal journey, why would that be evil? Sure, they caused a lot of destruction and mayhem. So did you when you were a child. But that doesn't make them evil or wrong. It just makes them foolish and unwise so far. Who is to say? Even the darkest and most aggressive of beings I've seen turn around after so much time. It took them learning in their own terms. You see, there's a reason why Jesus spoke the way he did in the Bible. If he spoke straightforward, and I can tell you this as a prophet myself, people won't listen. Some will, but it's rare. And it's good that they have ears, because their subconscious absorbs it and the information is there when they need it. But it's also why he said, for those who have the ears to hear, let them hear. For those who have the eyes to see, let them see. Because people don't like to listen. Instead, what they do is they fight against everything. They judge everything. They're critical with everything. And the only times they really learn is from themselves. They refuse to take an answer from anywhere or anyone else. So only when it comes to them in their own terms, when they realize it in their way, you could give them the same answer in a billion different ways, and it still isn't going to solve their problem for them. They have to figure it out. It's their journey. Think about that. They have to figure it out. Well, so nothing becomes evil. Nothing is good. There are just the wise and the foolish, the successful and the working on it. I like a lot of the things that Jesus had to talk about involving parables. You know, he talked in code because the information was there when they were ready to understand it, while they would just stand looking like otherwise. Instead of him being right or wrong, or telling them what to think, feel, or do, he spoke in such a way that they could receive the information and take what they want, discard the rest. Discard the whole thing if you choose. Hey, it's not my body and soul that's getting fucked up. It's yours. I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to help too. I want to see the people of this world flourish in this life and the next. I want to see them be able to let go of their insecurities and their illusions that they've taught themselves or that their parents and their musics and their medias have taught them. I want to see them really realize the harmony and the union that we all really kind of have when we can look past the bullshit that we decide to focus on. If I have a beautiful garden and a dog takes a shit right next to it, I could look at the flowers and I can see all that beauty. But I can't see all that beauty if all I really want to look at is the distracting shit. How's that for a metaphor? Well, just some things for you guys to think about in down-to-earth language. Hoping it helps a few of you slowly open your eyes to the truth. I love you all. Kevin Cass.